Good morning, good evening, and good night to you, wherever you are around the world. Shout out to Rich Hagan for that one. We are here back with some more Dragon Blaze content, guys. It's been a while. This is going to be like a talk episode of reviewing stuff as well, but it's been a long time. Hope you guys are doing very well. Let's get into the content. Your caller ruler. Make sure you're jumping into this content as well. Make sure you are mining throughout the day, and make sure you are looking for that hero right there specifically so you can fight her and get her armors and accessories and all that stuff. It doesn't stay long, so make sure you are pertaining into that. Let's see what we get. Ooh, look at that. I got an S armor. See, there we go. That's my second time fighting her. I fought her today one time, and I got some souls. So that's pretty amazing that I got one piece of gear, and I will be equipping that as well. Just gonna do a little bit of mining, but today's just gonna be talking about like the future of Dragon Blaze and where I feel like it may be or may it'll be there or will be here. Is it still worth grinding? Is it not worth grinding? You know, all that good stuff. So we'll get into that in a second. Tower of Secrets. Make sure you are partaking into this. You're going to need some very powerful and strong teams to get through your Tower of Secrets. You have your beginner, you have your challenge, and you have your limits. Right now I'm going to the Tower of Limit right now, see how far I can get there. And then hopefully I can get through the rest. You only got 4 days and 16 hours left for this. So it doesn't really stay around that long. So make sure you are partaking into that as well. Wrong area. Next, we have your Netherworld dungeon clear event, which I've already got done. That shouldn't take you that long at all. Only 5 attempts, and you'll get it done. Very important rewards there. Nightmare. I'm going through Nightmare right now. I think I'm on the 9th stage, 8th stage. So we're going to try to clear this, and it does reset when you do clear it at some point, I believe. So you can kind of go through the tower again. So we get some good rewards and good resources through that as well. And then obviously the Adventure Challenge Dungeon event. Make sure you're doing this really because you can get more collapse points. And I still have to, my team still can't get through the invasion one right here. So I got to figure out a team eventually to get through this. So I'm still currently working on that. I did get through Tower. I was stuck on Tower for a while now, but now I'm on 706. I did beat the previous 3. I just switched to Odin and then I got through, which is kind of insane. So that's pretty neat when it comes to that. Let's go ahead and equip her gear there. And also, as far as the new hero goes, let's see. We're going to go ahead and equip that. And also Book of Heroes, you need to unlock that as well. You should be preparing for the next hero by now, I would say. I usually spend about 3 or 4 days before I start working on the next hero. And yeah, I have tons of rubies still. I thought about spending a little bit more or opening up a couple more packs because we'll have 13 days left to get those levels. Yeah, I'm kind of close. I'm going to try to open up a couple and see what happens. I really want to get those levels. But yeah, make sure you're partaking into that. Make sure you're spending your silver and gold coins up here. Make sure you're spending those also specifically on summons. So therefore you can get more chances to summon for your next hero because it's very important. I spent a lot of rubies on this hero. I should spend a little bit more, but it's not worth spending all the rubies on this champion. Well, hero. She's really, really good, but like the absurd busted champion heroes is what we're kind of waiting for. So we're going to try to spend a couple more. Hopefully I don't have to spend too many more. Getting those 5 levels is actually worth it. So we'll make up getting these back over the next couple of days anyways, because I spend my coins on that as well. And then you also get some back as you're spending some actual summons on rubies. You will get those back as well. So as you see, they're increasing over here. Got 17 left. I may have to actually spend rubies to actually get that, which would suck because I don't want to burn the rest of my summons on that. That's probably the case, probably because I'm right at it. We'll spend like 3 more, and then I'll just get these back over the next couple of days. Probably like the next 5 or 6 days, I'll get my summons back in addition to what they give me every day. So I do want to kind of give her a couple more hero cards. She is a really good hero. So we'll spend a couple more and see if I get it. If not, then it's all good. Yeah, so you have to spend actual points here. And that's fine. I mean, I don't mind spending a couple more on her. She's actually a really good hero. Anyways. But yeah, you want to spend these like every day. You want to just... actually, let's get some now. Over the next couple of days, we'll be retrieving those back. And I kind of wish they would give you an option so you can actually use your rubies instead of your summons, but it's all good. When it comes to the state of Dragon Blaze and where it's at, also, I haven't forgot about my comparison videos and stuff like that. We're still working on that, and also making a new account. I'm still wanting to do that as well. But for the state of Dragon Blaze and where it's currently at, it's in a pretty decent spot. I'm not saying it's in a bad spot. I'm not saying it's in a good spot. It's in a pretty decent spot. They're coming out with lots of new content, keeping you busy. Obviously, this game is very grind based. So, as far as armors and stuff like that goes, this could be a little bit better to get these, because back then it would be so much easier to get your ultimate armors than it is now. So it would be better if they could make the armors a little bit more simpler to get. I've gotten the majority of my armors now. I will be finishing up soon. Also, the crystal ice flower, hopefully we'll be getting more of those. I'm waiting on my second one to come in whenever they release an event for it. But yeah, I have one piece of ultimate gear here, which came from several events back. But yeah, I could have been already bought all of these already. I can buy that one, and I can buy this one to be done. I'm waiting for them to drop. But the state of Dragon Blaze is in an okay position right now. They're coming out with more story, which is pretty awesome. I like that the Path of the Forest, it gives you more things to do when it comes to story. Kind of digs into the characters and where they're coming from. I think that's really awesome. I love that. And also Star of Heroes also gives you, not Star of Heroes, Astro Records also gives you more storyline into certain heroes that they don't really talk about like that. So I think that's kind of cool. Giving us more rubies is actually very helpful. Weekly missions is also very helpful, and this is permanent, so it stays around. So they're giving us more rubies, which is also very needed, which I think is very wonderful. Your guide missions, hopefully these reset at some point. I'm not sure if they will. That's kind of a nice inclusion. It's been here for a long time. It's very helpful. Then your galaxy missions, these also very help as well, especially when it comes to the events. And then when newer people come along, I don't know what newer stuff that people get. I'll find out when I start a new account. Veteran players or returning players, you guys get quite a bit as well to try to get back into the game. But yeah, the game is very grind, luck, and patient base. And the future of Dragon Blaze, I don't know where it's at currently, but I think it's in an okay spot. And the reason why I say it's in an okay spot is because recently, the third impact, we had a bunch of new things, different armors and stuff like that, and then we had to kind of not like restart over. I don't think we had to restart over. It's been a while since we had that phase. Fourth impact, basically we had to restart everything, and that's pretty hard to do. You don't get an incredible amount of time to power up all of your heroes, so you just have to get lucky. Very active, but your luckiness is the most impactful thing about this game. I've been playing, grinding, and getting certain places and starting to move forward in Dragon Blaze, but heroes are still not level 100 yet, and it's taken quite a bit of time. I mean, Helios is level 100, she's level 100, she's level 100, and that's kind of it. And that's their actual levels, because they don't get like the power boost like the other impacts do. So same for these. That's their actual levels. they don't get the power boost just like the third and fourth does. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of spending, a lot of rubies. Like she's the only level 100 that I have for third impact. That's it. The rest I'm currently still working on, and they're getting up there in levels, but it does take a lot of time, and this is my only fourth impact. So, like progressing, this game takes quite a bit of time, and it's a struggle sometimes. I know a lot of people kind of playing and joining and wonder if they're ever going to move forward, whether they're going to be behind, where they're going to get caught up on the next tier that's coming out. Like I'm just now reaching, the first fifth floor, and I've already defeated, four of these guys, and now I have to repower more because this is 15 million. I don't think I have 15 million just yet, and it wants me to do ranged physical attack. But what we're gonna do, we're just gonna throw a bunch of heroes here and just kind of see what happens. Like my strongest heroes, we're gonna kind of like go down the frame here and see what we get. I think I might have 15 million probably. 12 here, 16, yeah. So, and then 19 million. So, you have to have enough. So you have to grind so much in this game, and patience factor, and just preparing for each hero is really hard to do, because how I do it is after about 4 or 5 days of spending, I stop. And it's because, you get free summons every day. So when that hero comes out, those first like 4 or 5 days you spend, those summons are going to go with it. After that, let's say there's 30 days. So 30, 29, 28, 6, 25. So 25 days. The fifth day is the last, so 24. So you're going to get 24 summons guaranteed, in addition to all the rubies that you spent, while also spending the Gaia coins up here to also help you get more summons as well. And plus, this chart here, I don't feel too terrible. I haven't got these 5 level ups. She is really good, but I'm looking for a more aggressive approach. I need more damage. So when it comes to the state of the game, it's kind of, it's just very hard. It's very challenging. It takes up a lot of time, especially if you don't get everything that you need. Like the last update, we had a lot more stuff. We had 3 of these instead of 2, so our sets are gone. You only get 2 instead of 3, so lots of power got nerfed there. You don't get any power when it comes to your jewels anymore. You don't actually. Your power and stuff comes from your additional jewel effects, which is a decent trade-off. I mean, some power is the main front hub of this game versus ability. Power is what you need. If you can't get through this like certain power levels, then you're not going to be able to progress through the game, which is why Challenger Dungeon's kind of challenging. I'm done with Challenger Dungeon. I can't go any further than this, so I actually maxed out on Challenger Dungeon finally. But when you come to like your daily aspirations and stuff like that, daily aspirations, this is why they encourage you to get stronger, because you had to progress and get stronger in the game. You have to go beyond this. So a lot of new players struggle, even veteran players, aka returning players, struggle. And then you can't max out your hero. It's almost impossible to max your hero out when it first come out, unless you get super, super lucky. And that's another thing. Like that's why like people thought, why do you have like so many rubies for? Why are you hoarding rubies for? They don't understand the context of, hey, if I spent all my rubies, I'm going to be in the same context as if I had a bunch of rubies and didn't spend any of them on the hero, or I had no rubies on the hero, so I couldn't spend any. It's kind of the same context on that. I'm looking forward towards the future, because I don't know what the game is going to do. Because if they're going to strip all of our power away, well, now I have to spend a bunch of rubies to try to get my hero's power back. They can do that. They flipped the game upside down on 4th impact. 3rd impact was a little different too, so they can do whatever they want to do. So the state of this game is kind of in the air. That's why I say, in my opinion, it's in a decent spot. I'm not saying it's in a bad or a good spot. It's in a pretty decent spot, because I don't know what the next impact, aka 5th, what they're going to do. So I don't like spending all of my rubies. I went to the Discord forums a long time ago, and most people couldn't even power up her because they didn't have rubies to spend on her. And that's the same context as if I spent all of my rubies on her, and now, I couldn't apply, some for this guy, or I couldn't have gotten none for this guy, or I could not have gotten none for this girl, or really anybody. So the state of the game is kind of in there in a sense of the word, and I don't really know where it is. I just know it's in a decent spot. But as far as content goes, it's pretty awesome. They're bringing more to the game, giving us more rubies is very awesome. All the events has been solid. You've been getting so much, and that's why you need to be active and play every day. And then the really hard part really is just getting your armors. Those are the hardest things. Getting your up-to-date armors and stuff like that. That's going to be some of the most challenging things because A, they cost so much and they can get dropped, but you have to have the power for that as well. So, and we're slowly making progress in getting that as well. You can also max out your red gear and it'll be almost as good as ultimate armor. Not quite, but it's going to be good enough to kind of get you where you are. And also cut her into content. I actually messed up severely on this, but I'm catching back up again further in the story now. Um, but yeah, the state of the game is in a pretty decent spot. I'm kind of liking what Dragon Blaze is doing, and I can't wait to see what more they do. But just stay active, keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna get where your goals are. It just takes a lot of time in playing. And missing days, it's like missing years in this game because you miss a lot of resources when you miss out on even one day. So, especially newer players, play every day, every day. As you kind of get better, you can kind of take a day off or so, but play as much as you can because you're gonna need all the resources you can get. Um, Stack all the rubies you can get because when the next hero come out, they may not be so important to put uh, rubies into. The one after can be a banger. So, I mean, I think out of like all the rubies, I think she's the most I put into. I also focus Path of the Forest on her too. That's how powerful she is. And a lot of the heroes are great too. Path of the Forest is going to be is the most important, helping you power up your fourth impact heroes. But I can go on and on and on about this. It's just very important to kind of stay steadfast and focus on your goals in this game and kind of get far. And don't listen to what a lot of people say. This game takes a lot of time. And don't open up your wallet to this game. It's just not worth it. But I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna have to jump on the. Oh, cool! Don't forget about this either. That's also very important. So, but until next time, guys, I'll see you for the next one. Peace.